Yeah. Happy Sunday, fun day. Relax and enjoy your day. Relax before the work week. You in the basement with Next Step and my boy.
Okay.
He is so late every time we do this.
I'm sorry.
Throw him the alley-oop every time, and you do the same
do it again.
exact
Do it again. I'll do it
thing.
again. Let's do it again.
No, we can't do remakes. No, that's a turnover. Right. That's a turnover. You know what happens?
It's not a turnover if I get the ball back and I give it back to you, throw me the hoop again. I dunk it this time, right?
How can we do that same play in one fast break?
No, you get
answer the question. How can you do that same play in a fast break?
I turn the ball over. They get the steal. They're on the break. I stop the break, get that turnover, boom, and I give it right back to you, and we do the whole thing all over again.
No, you got sub. You got sub. Yeah. You know it. You got sub.
I'm right to the coach. I'm running right to the coach to get yelled at. And then,
that's what you got to do.
Look,
I don't. When I play, I don't tell people, Coach, get him out of here. This is one of those joints I have to be like, yo, this is the 7th week in a row. I done passed this ball alley-oop on a fast break at the beginning of the game, and he does the same thing. Somebody got to talk to him. I didn't talk to him. He ain't listening.
All right,
he not listening.
Back in the gym.
Yeah,
get back in the gym.
You gotta get back in the gym. But yeah, you're in the basement with Next Step and K.
Yeah.
We in here. Happy Sunday, fun day. You know, very little to talk about as far as sports with the basketball season coming to an end with college, which was a magnificent March Madness. Got a little NBA talk with this race to the playoffs, and then. Also, let's not forget our ladies. We're gonna talk about the NCAA Women's Basketball Championship coming up.
Yeah.
As well, we're gonna just tap in on that as well, and then we're gonna get into our little topic of what we were supposed to get into last week of the nice guys on the basketball court. How do you be nice to the old heads? I have no clue what Kay was thinking when he was saying I had to be nice, but we're gonna get into that as well. We're gonna be taking calls. We might even let you get in on a guest and get up on the podcast with us, on the live stream.
Why not?
You know what I'm saying? So if you tuned in, holla at us, let us know that you're here so we can give you a shout out for being here. And we're going to get right into it. But first and foremost, how was your week, brother?
My week was good, man. Week was good. It was a little busy. Had a couple of child development conferences at our school, for people who want to have like their own daycares and things of that sort. Also, if you don't want to have working in that industry, or they want to be like childcare directors.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty much for them, and it was in English and in Spanish. And I enjoyed it. I enjoyed like talking. Myself, because I'm in communication, so I enjoy talking, getting to know everybody, getting to know everybody's personality, and then I got the chance to watch some good old basketball. Also, hopefully we get a chance to talk about. That's why I'm wearing my Clippers gear today. Um, Paul George came back this week.
Yes,
Well,
he
this
did.
past week.
He did. He made a splash on his comeback. I will say, I will admit that. You know what I'm
Thank
saying?
you.
But we're not gonna talk about that right now. We're gonna
Okay.
jump right.
Bam, bam.
We're gonna jump right into it.
Mm-hmm.
First starting off, we did the high school thing
Mm-hmm.
last week for all
Last
the high
week.
school
Yep.
state
Yep. Yep.
championships and stuff. Congratulations to them once again, because it's still the same
Mm-hmm.
week. So we just still gonna give a congratulations to New McGready girls, New McGready boys,
Mm-hmm.
Dev Prep, and Roman Catholic. All won
Yes.
their state championships. Congratulations to them once again. Uh, then we gonna get into what's that? It was some AllStar games or something that happened with high school players.
Yeah.
I
What
know.
happened with that? I didn't get a chance to. I didn't get a chance to get that.
Yeah, I didn't get down to the all public game or anything like
Okay.
that. With I forgot who. Does Shoot do the all public game? No, he does his own. I forgot who does that all public game in Philly. But I think it was a game over there in Philly. It was like a couple games for all-star players. So
Mm-hmm.
congratulations to those kids that made it to that game. If anybody had any information on that, shoot us a holler so we can acknowledge them. I
Yeah.
went to out here in Delaware. I went to a all-star game yesterday. Maryland South versus Delaware North, and then
Mm.
Delaware South versus Maryland South or something like that. This is my
Okay.
first time ever going to one of their all-star games out here. As far as there's some good athletic kids out here. From what I saw on the boys'
Mm-hmm.
side, girls' side, it was big shout out to my girl Dallas. Um,
Okay.
she won the girls MVP. She had 25
Nice.
points yesterday in that all-star game. Uh, and Zai also from Sanford. They both play for Sanford. They got one more year of school. Looking
Okay.
forward to a big year for them as well. They lost in the championship this year. Coaching, basically, really
Yeah.
bad. Real bad decisions in that championship. But she won
Hey.
the All Star Game MVP for that Delaware versus Maryland game.
Okay.
I forgot the young man that won the MVP for the Delaware team that played Maryland. But from what I see, like, it's good that these other kids are being acknowledged, for opportunity to play in All-Star games instead of the same repetitive kids that's,
Mm-hmm.
going to all these camps and different things like that. And AAU season has also picked up. So we
Mm-hmm.
definitely got to try to see if we can reach out to a couple people that's in the AAU circuit, whether it's
Oh yeah, most
a coach
definitely.
or whatever, so they can get on here and talk about what they got coming up, for them.
Got you.
Um,
Speaking of which, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, shoot it.
In regards, because I know you're in the AAU world, training and coaching and things of that sort. I got a question for
Mm-hmm.
you. Like, because everybody always talks about the kid that's gonna make it. Like, oh, you got the gift to get to the next level. You can do this. You can do that. Um, what about the kid who's not gonna make it to that level? Who's what do you say to a kid who's not gonna make it? Like he's not gonna make it, but you're just like, do
Well,
you
the
go ahead,
first
talk to me?
the first thing I tell all these kids is have fun with the game.
Okay.
You get what the game is going to give you. You put in the work, you'll get some results. Not everybody's going to make the NBA. Not everybody's going to play Division I basketball, but you can still play basketball. Not saying that you can't be a professional athlete, because the
Hmm.
NBA ain't the end all. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Just to make it to the NBA, being a professional player, you can play overseas. We have tons of Philadelphia players that then played overseas. You're still considered a pro. You're just not playing in the NBA, which is fine.
Right.
You're still getting paid to do something that you love to do. But for those kids that may not even go that level, I think they're taking it to the point where when I talk to them, I say, you may not play in the NBA. You may not play high level college basketball. You may not play basketball in college, But while you're here, just enjoy it, have fun with it. But if there's an
There you go.
opportunity to, to get better and have a chance at doing something different in the basketball world, take advantage of it. You know what I mean? But I think a lot of these teams, like when I was with Triple Threat, we
Okay.
groomed a lot of these kids in Philadelphia area who's now playing D1 high level D1 basketball. We have kids
Hmm.
that's in the WNBA from our girls side, uh, and we have a lot of professional male athletes. But they didn't stay with Triple Threat their whole entire career because when they got to high school, Triple Threat kind of stopped the high school basketball for boys in that aspect.
Okay.
The girls they still stayed, but the boys aspect went to Philly Pride, Kalo, Team Final, and things like that. So a lot of the kids that's in these programs, which people consider like Triple Threat or Big Dreams, or smaller AAU programs without the sneaker contracts, they
Hmm.
consider them like mom and pop AAU programs. So those like Team Final and these sneaker programs will come and pick the best kids that we had to make
Mm.
their team better. But prior to them getting to that team, they done groomed through the Bearcats, through the Triple Threats, through these other low, considered quote unquote unsponsored teams, and
Hmm.
gotten better to a point where they got a name, and then they come snatch them. Because they throw the sneaker deal and playing here and
Mm.
doing that and this and that and the other. Um, but big shout out to Team Final and all those because you still create an opportunity for these kids that may not have gotten that opportunity with the Triple Threat or Big Dreams or so forth and so on.
Exactly. And speaking of
Um,
dreams, like perfect segue again. I'm definitely
mhm.
I'm picking your brain today. I'm picking your brain today. Speaking of dreams, because you know how sometimes I've seen it, and I'm sure you've seen it too, in regards like an AEU circuit and even high school and training and stuff like that. The parents. Um, Sometimes the parents want to live vicariously through the kid.
A lot of
Sometimes,
times. It's a lot of
and
times.
let's say again, like kid's not making it.
Hmm.
He's not going to make. He might just be, like I said, he just might have hit his growth spurt already, and that's pretty much it. You might have to concentrate on something else.
Right.
Um, has there been any type of like situations where like the parents just weren't getting it? Like they're not like, well, my son's going to the league. He's going to play at that high level, but you're seeing it in front of your eyes. You're like, okay, like he's not going to be like tough like that on that
Hmm.
level.
Hmm.
How do you deal with parents with that, like with that type of concept? Because sometimes it's hard telling like
Yeah.
that mother, that father, that they're not going to make it to the NBA, and then they feel that you did something wrong, like there's something
Hmm.
wrong with your
Hmm.
training and stuff like that. Then they go to another trainer. You know how that goes. So how did you deal with that, Larry?
The reality of that is every kid is not going to make it, and from me or whomever else is training or coaching these particular kids,
Mm-hmm.
the reality to these parents that they still don't see because there's still a whole lot of it today. They think their kid is better than what they are,
Mm-hmm.
um, and you can't really tell them they're not because
Mm-hmm.
they don't want to hear it. You know what I
Right.
mean? So that's a conflict in itself if you're being brutally honest with parents. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So to actually tell a kid, tell a kid's parent, well, Johnny's not gonna make it on the next level. Da da da. He's not good enough to do. You, as far as they concerned, you can't tell me nothing. I know my son or daughter is better than such and such. Cause then they start to point out other kids, but you don't know what those
Right.
other kids are doing as well. You know what I mean? Because Johnny may play good, but he hard headed.
Ooh.
You know what I'm saying?
I definitely got a question about that. I
You see what I'm
definitely got a
saying?
question about that. Go on.
So
Go
then
on.
you have some kids that go out there and run through a wall but can't play a lick. But you know what? Those kids gonna be on the floor because they playing all out instead of the kid that think she's the best thing smoking, and you're just an average kid. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then
And,
when you put them against talent of their level or above, they don't stand
mm-hmm.
out no more. And then it's the
Mm.
coach's fault. Didn't put them in position to succeed and all this other stuff. But you know, a lot of these parents, when they get to the point where they start telling you, my kid can do, it's almost time, you know, you don't want to walk away from the kid, because the parents don't realize how much they're hurting the kid, because it ain't the kid saying that, it's the parents. So, you know, you have to, it's like a double-edged sword there, because
Okay.
you want to coach kids, up, but a parent can really diminish opportunity, and that's the only thing these kids need is opportunity, and a lot of these parents can diminish that real fast.
And I've seen that too. I've actually seen that in like different games. Like the parents will be like very demonstrative
Mm-hmm.
in the game, at the coach, yelling things at the coach. Oh, you're
Mm-hmm.
terrible. Why is he? Why is the coach here? You
Mm-hmm.
know, why is he putting that kid in? Like my son or daughter
Mm-hmm.
is playing way better than he is. Why are you putting them in the game right now? Like,
Mm-hmm.
oh, that's terrible. I wish I was the coach or
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that.
But
And
they
it's
don't have
like,
time. They don't have time,
mhm,
or they can make it to the games, but they can't make it to the practices type thing. So they forget that
right.
these coaches are not being paid. You know what I'm
I love
saying?
that.
AAU circuit,
Hmm.
these parents ain't being paid. That's coaching. That's devoting their time to your children. When you come
Hmm.
and drop them off at practice, that coach is
Late.
there. You know what I'm saying? We as coaches have families too. Most of us.
Yeah. Drop them
So
off.
so
Drop the kids off late and everything. Tell
right,
them saying
right,
we are already in the 3-on-3 drills
right,
and
right.
stuff like that. You just coming in.
So I,
You go run some
good,
laps.
bad, or indifferent with some of these coaches, because you know I'm not the perfect coach. I'm not the perfect trainer as well, right?
Hmm.
But at the same token, I'm doing a service that you can't perform,
Mm.
and some of these parents don't understand that.
They don't get that.
You know what I'm
They don't
saying?
get that.
But they'll
Because
come in
all,
and riff at
yeah,
you. They'll come and
yeah,
bite
because all
your
they got to
head
do is,
off.
yeah,
They'll come and
that's all
talk
they have to
behind your
do.
back.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And do things like that. But you know, at the end of the day, it's like, am I here for you, or am I here for the kid? So that's the
Yeah.
reality. Us as coaches slash trainers slash, you know, mentors have to make sure that we understand that when these things happen, we can't really jump off the handle, not unless somebody really gets belligerent with you, like
Of
to a point
course.
where it's like, all right, done deal.
Yeah,
You know
don't
what I'm
bring your
saying?
kid
Now I
back
gotta
up.
put you in your place, because I didn't want to go there, but you want to continue to antagonize the situation. So
Hmm.
let's make this a reality for you. Johnny ain't that good. I've been trying my best to get Johnny to do this. Johnny just ain't
Mm.
doing that. You know, you know what I mean? Going back and forth. You know, as a trainer, why my kid ain't doing this? Well, if you sit here and watch what your kid's doing during the training, if he ain't joking
Hmm.
and popping, giggling, dancing, and not doing all this other stuff, you'll see why he's not progressing. You know what I mean? So it's like, you as a volunteer,
Mm.
you'll never be really appreciated until something really good happens, and then you might get some
Hmm.
props for doing
Yeah.
that. You know what I'm
Like, oh
saying?
my
Being
God, Larry, thank
right,
you for
right.
being in my kid's life and stuff
Mm-hmm.
like that. Mm.
Exactly.
All
But
right, you're
see,
welcome.
me personally, I enjoy just doing it because I love the kids. I love using basketball to mentor some of these kids. A
Right.
lot of them need it. I had basketball players that don't really talk to their parents, but they would call me in a second.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That
yeah.
relationship, and then the relationship with the parent themselves, because some of these
Hmm.
parents understand the dynamic as a basketball coach. If a kid really uh loves and enjoys your company, they know that sometimes they're gonna talk. If they don't talk to them, they're gonna talk to you. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So, you know, at the end of the day, my biggest thing is when a parent can actually say, yo, you know, I appreciate everything you did for my kid. You know what I mean? And then those kids doing the same thing right back at us. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yo, Coach Larry, da, da, da. I love that. You
I
know what I'm
love that.
saying? But
Yeah.
I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because that lets me know I made a positive influence. It wasn't about game. You know
Hmm.
what I'm saying? With these kids. So
Yeah,
that's
I
how
feel
that
you on
is.
that one, and you're doing a great job. I commend you on that, like, 'cause every
Hey, I
time
appreciate it.
I used to I watched you like or your training, and helping kids. Like I see like the pictures and stuff like that. I just see like the smiles on their faces, like because they're having a good time,
Mm-hmm.
and like you're a good coach, Larry. It's like, and
I
you're a good
appreciate
dude
that.
too, because you joke around and stuff like that and
Most
everything,
definitely.
man. And
Got to.
it's just, and I love that because we get a chance to see like not the stone face Larry,
Exactly.
like
Exactly.
the
Exactly.
general, the little point general,
Right.
not no nonsense. I can't tell him a joke on the court. He's not going to laugh. He's just going to shake his head at me and
Right.
just keep going.
Right.
I'm like, okay, yeah. But man, yo, you do so much, man. I just gotta
Yeah.
just give you your flowers
I
and commend you
appreciate that.
on what you're
And
doing and stuff
big
like
shout
that.
out to a big shout out to a lot of our Philly trainers that's out there that's actually coaching as well. But like
Yes,
Lou Leonard,
yes.
Stan Williams at Emotep, Chuck, you know what I mean? Van over at Big Dreams,
Mm-hmm.
Eric PTT Triple Threat, who's also doing the PYB now. But it's just tons of us. Bilal, Ben, Marty, Tory,
Shout out
I
Bilal.
mean shout out to all of them because in all actuality, if it came to a point where I wish that Philly in general
Mm-hmm.
could have some kind of sit down with each other, these trainers and these coaches and these programs, to do something together to help these kids instead of pulling these kids away from opportunities for self. You know, the city be crazy because Baltimore, DC, all of them, they do it.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like,
They do it, bro.
Can you imagine if they had like one big like
One
AAU team
AAU
and
team with all the best players.
what?
Everybody's involved. There's nobody taking anybody from anywhere. It's just when it comes to the big circuit tournaments and stuff like that. Yo, we gonna do da. Let's get all these players together. We gonna give them the best of Philly. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
wish it was like that, but I really
that
don't.
would be
I don't see it.
no. That's
I
okay.
I'm
It can
hoping,
still
but I
happen,
don't.
man.
I just don't see it because it's so much. Everybody want to have their own hand in everything, and being a part of something is less than being a part of something. You know what I'm saying? If you understand what I'm saying with that, being a
Understand?
part of it is less because they have less. They feel as though they have less power than being a part of something where they all have opportunity to great. But I hope the trainers in Philly, Lou and everybody. I know
Yeah.
Stan Groovy Laws was at one point was trying to get a little summit where a lot of the trainers could come together and the coaches and stuff like that for these kids in Philly. And I think
Ooh,
Stan's
that'd be
probably still
lovely. Cause
on it.
I could,
But
yeah, man. Cause that's
yeah,
different.
man.
That's different. Like, cause you're looking at, cause I'm just looking at the big picture here. Like the
Mm-hmm.
trainers and the coaches coming together. Like, so that means we have different philosophies, different concepts,
Mm-hmm.
um, different ways of getting your kids to different levels, whether
Mm-hmm.
it's, physical, mental, spiritual,
Right.
whatever the case may be,
Mm-hmm.
because you need all three of those levels to get the kids where they have to go. I mean,
Right.
they have to be social. You have to be talkative. You have to communicate. You have to, you know, um, communicate with your teammates, especially if you're being in an important position like a point guard. Point guard, you're the
Mm-hmm.
coach on the floor. I was always brought up to that. That's why I never wanted that position. Like I don't want that. That's too much pressure on me.
Right.
You know, also, you have to have like a particular like mindset, when you're going into the games and stuff like that. And we're going to jump on
Mm-hmm.
that too in regards to like nice guys on the court.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then just be coachable because
Yep.
I know you, Larry, and I'm not a coach, but you definitely qualified to talk about this in regards to would you rather take a person that's super talented and not coachable, or take a person that's maybe just
I
average
I take the
but
average.
coachable?
I take the
Okay,
average
gotcha.
because
Why is that? Why
the
is that?
super talent is gonna give you a headache.
And
And, and
he's taking you to all these different
but
tournaments
basketball
and
is not a
playoffs and stuff
one-on-one
like that.
sport. Basketball is not
Okay,
a one-on-one sport. You know what I'm saying?
okay.
So a lot of these teams, I mean, you gotta realize,
Hmm.
like such as a team final. You know what I'm saying? And Philly Pride, they have a team full of kids that could be number ones on smaller teams.
Okay.
Right?
Hmm.
So those team finals and Philly Pride and such, Kalo, they have kids that want to play together. So you have to dumb yourself down to play on a team like that. You know what I'm saying? The problem may come in where you have the number ones playing on one team and maybe a couple of number twos playing on that same team. And it's like I'm not getting enough time because the number ones are up on the court all the time. So now it's that decision as a parent to say, you know what, maybe I should go to play where someone else is. Because those number ones need maybe if you're going to be on a bench when you know you're not going to be playing that much more than the person in front of you, you need to have like people that's going to be like a number 3.
Right.
Because those number 2s can be a number 1 on another team.
Somewhere else.
You know what I'm saying? So I hear a lot of people say stuff like that, like, yo, they just got a team full of the best players. Yeah, but that wasn't just those kids' decision. You see what I'm saying? People can be recruited off of other people's talent as well. Right?
That's
so
right.
You'll have John Doe, who's upper elite. He's getting all these looks, you know, Calipari, and everybody's at the gym with him, whatever gym he goes to. Then you got the people that's under him, but they're also elite, but they're not getting highly recruited like he is.
Right.
He or she. According to how he plays and you playing with him or he or she can help you get recruited to those upper schools as well.
Speak on it, Larry.
You see what I'm saying? So
speak on it, Coach.
Then you can also hurt yourself by playing with those upper tier players and not play well.
That's right, because they'll look right to the other person. They'll look right at them. But like it's kind of like if Calipari, you and I, we're both like, okay, you're the top point guard in the nation. I might be like number 2, or I might be number 1 in some other different, different ratings and stuff like that. 'Cause there's different rating systems.
And coaches will not to cut you off, but coaches will look will look at you and say, "Why are you not playing on another team where you can be on the court just as much as the person in front of you? You deserve that. So why should I be number 2 to somebody that's number 1? The only way that benefits me is if I don't have anything going for me and I can be on the court when that person is on the court and look good. But if I don't, I'm hurting myself.
Yeah, that just goes to the point where, to my next question, you're segueing everything today, Larry. You're just dropping jewels today. I'm proud of you, man. You're doing
I appreciate it. Yo, if y'all in here, say something. Y'all in the basement with Next Step in K. Should give us a shout out so we can shout y'all back out. You know what I'm saying?
That's right, man. Let's talk about it, man. 302-844-8275. Like Larry is dropping jewels here for all you guys in here. Like who want to get into like basketball, he's dropping jewels here. He's giving you the blueprint. He's giving it to you for free.
I know a little bit.
Yeah, a little something. So that's probably why it's like from your last comment. I think that's why a lot of kids are like turning down like D2, D3, JUCO, and AIA offers for D1 with no time or exposure. Like you'd rather put on like that new Nike apparel or new Adidas apparel or new Under Armour apparel at a D1 powerhouse where you're not going to get any time
at all.
If you're a 6'3" guard and the guy that's playing like next to you is like a 6'5" guard,
6'5",
everything. Yeah, you're gonna sit on that bench. You're gonna be riding that pine pony.
Yeah.
And why? My question is my last question about this. Like, why are kids turning down those D2 offers, D3 and JUCO and AIA offers? Why are they doing that?
And my perspective is that the person that's in their ear is saying you're better than that. And which, in all reality, a lot of them probably could be playing lower level than that. And see, the thing is with that is also a lot of these kids don't realize that the game of basketball will give you the attention you need if you put it out there. No matter what level, the ball, the scouts and all that will find you. You know what I mean? So I could play at an NIA and average 22, 23, 24 points a game. They're going to start coming. Those bigger schools, they're going to start coming. Because now you can transfer. You can use these schools, lower level schools, to better yourself for a better opportunity later. You don't have to be at those schools for 4 years, 2 to 4 years.
Transfer portal. Use that now.
The transfer portal is great.
Woo.
And especially with now that the transfer portal is out there, there's an opportunity for those graduates and kids that are already established to get those spots before you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why high school recruiting is so bad now, because all those 5th year and 6th year seniors are transferred to another school in which that freshman coming in would have had that spot. So now I'm looking at that, like this transfer portal, Del Greco talk about it all the time.
Okay.
How big it is, right? So it's so large that you coming in, if you're not DJ Wagner, when you know you're going to be guaranteed those minutes at the right school.
Thank you.
At the right school now, I might as well go play MEAC.
It's D1.
I might as well go.
It's D1.
I'm going to Binghamton. I'm going to Ryder. I'm going. You know why? Because I'm going to play. I know I'm going to play there my first year. I want to play. I don't want to sit on the bench. I don't want to play 4 or 5 games. Find out the limit of how many games that you can play as a college athlete and lose my eligibility if I play over that amount of games. Because there's a limit for the number of games you got to play. If you play that certain amount of games, your eligibility for that year is gone, so you might as well just stay on the roster.
Oh my God, Larry!
If you play,
I wish you could. You, Larry, you need to hold like a symposium or something like that. No, I'm serious, man, because a lot of kids don't know this. Because a lot of kids, like when I come, to different college events and stuff like that, they say they want to play basketball and stuff like that for a big time school. All right, that's awesome. That's awesome. But my question is, were you recruited? Did they come to you? Did you go to them? Who's on your team that's being proactive trying to get you exposure? Have you been playing in any high school tournaments? I mean, what high school do you play for? If you don't play for a high school, do you do AAU? If you're not playing AAU, do you play somewhere that's a reputable league in your city, like a Sunny Hill or something like that? No, I don't do that. I just play outside of my driveway.
Nah, you ain't going.
What happens? Yeah, you're not going anywhere.
You use that community college, that JUCO, build your rep, and you leave.
And
it's just that simple.
I've seen it happen. Yeah,
I see it happen all the time. I coach at Cecil County Community College. A bunch of girls. I coach on the girls' side. Shout out to Cecil County for giving me the opportunity for the last 2 years.
Shout out.
It's a 2-year school, but if you ball out after your first year, you can still leave and go to another school, a 4-year school. There's opportunity at that lower level school. I just want to get wrecked. I don't want to be on the end of nobody's bench. You got to think about it. It's about 3, 4 to 5 kids on each bench of every big school that are walk-ons.
Yep.
And they are just practice players, but they get to travel with the team. What do I feel? How should you feel as a basketball player that has talent, being part of that group where you're not playing in the game, but you're practicing hard as hell, taking all the punishment that these kids are taking, and not even able to play? Listen, dumb myself down. Let me get to this other school. Let me get to this, not the Michigan. Let me go to a Penn State. All right, but the Penn State is too big for what they got going on over there. All right, let me go to a big, like how Sam Sessions did. He went to Binghamton and outshined Binghamton, got the opportunity anywhere he wanted to go almost, wound up going to Penn State. Went to Penn State, balled out at Penn State, did pretty well. Now he's open into transfer portal, and he got Michigan, and those are looking at him now. You can start smaller. You can go to Westchester with Coach. You can go to Westchester with Coach Blair. Big shout out to Coach Westchester. My nephew there, man. He want to get on the show. I told him I got him.
Man, come on through. We're waiting for you.
On here.
Waiting for you. But another one too. A lot of these schools now, and I'm loving this too. Oh,
we got a call.
Coming in. Let's get it. Let's go.
Yo.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press 2.
Yo, you in the basement with Next Step and K.
Larry, how you doing, sir?
How you doing? Who's this?
Go ahead.
This is Jabel.
Belly.
Udo, a.k.a. I'll make fight.
Oh, Styles Makes Fights. Big shout out to Styles Makes Fights, my man Val. He came in here again. I guess he's gonna stomp on K Head again. But now unless you talking about the topic
I
that we
don't know,
talk
man.
about
I
as
think I
well.
think he's looking for a new target now. I think he's looking for
Oh.
a
I
new
was trying to
target.
make sure you were okay, Larry. This is a call. This is a call for you personally.
Oh no. No. I was giving you
How you
props.
feeling today, brother?
Oh man. Oh
It was a good
man.
fight Duke put up last night, man. They wasn't hungry enough, man. They put a good fight up. They couldn't close it out.
It's all right. It's all right. I mean, it was a kind of like I try to like not say anything, but I was about to say something, Larry, but I was just like, I'm gonna let him get him.
Val, look, man. Make sure you hit the like button, Val, right? Make sure you hit the like button.
Man, you know I like, subscribe.
I already know you subscribe, but make sure you
that.
hit that like button as well under the video. Make sure you hit the like button. I appreciate your phone call, and I'm gonna take.
I'm trying to see if you cool, man.
I'm good, bro.
Talk to me, man. Talk to me real fast.
You see me? I'm all smiles. We here talking about college basketball right now. We ain't even get into the upper part of the Division I of the Final Four. We ain't talk about that yet, but yeah, I'm good, Val, man. It's been a long time coming.
What's your take on the game, though, man? What's your take on it?
I think it was a tough game. I mean, at the end of the day, you got to make shots. We missed free throws at the end.
Williams missed like 2 crucial ones.
Yeah. We missed free throws at the end, which would have, at least made something. That 4-point differential was a whole big difference in that 3.
Coach K ride out on his iron horse, but
you ain't the only one, brother. You ain't the only one. But yo, listen, it happens. It happens, man. It happens to the best of us, bro. I appreciate.
I got a question for you. Larry and JaVale. Do you think that that Duke actually they wrote a check that he couldn't cash because they were looking for the smoke from North Carolina twice? Do you think that
No, man. Sometimes some people just have your. Some teams just have your card, dog. You can't
Sometimes
fight.
You gotta watch what you ask for too.
Yeah, but at the same token, listen. At the same token, it wasn't like it was a blowout. So you take that.
It definitely wasn't no blowout because Duke was running.
Right. They had they good stints. Then we missed some key shots, like forcing stuff.
That ball
quick
from
shots.
North Carolina, I forgot his name, and came down and
that
4 threes in a row.
Yeah, so I mean, he had 4 points in the first half and 21 in the second. Yeah. Listen, he was feeling it.
He wanted it. He wanted it.
No, I think all them kids wanted it. I ain't going to front and sit there and say like it was just him. Some people rise to that pressure, man. Some people can rise to that pressure.
When you're on a big stage, man, they say when the lights on, you got to perform, man.
Yeah, I mean, but everybody was performing. It's an equal effort, like on Duke end. We realize you can look at the box scores on that. It's an equal opportunity on Duke, and everybody played well. It was just more of the Carolina kids hitting big shots, and not regular just twos. Yeah. It was threes. They was hitting threes. The blonde hair boy, he hit 3 crucial threes, and he couldn't score a lick in the first half. Rainbow joints and with good defense. So it's not like he was hitting open shots. They playing solid defense. He was hitting them. You can't be too mad at him, man. But JaVale, you gonna get off my phone now, dog.
Wait. So what's So
I appreciate you. I appreciate y'all having me on this every week, man.
Yeah, no doubt. Just keep calling in, man. Tell a friend to tell a friend. You know what I mean? That's what this is about, man.
I got y'all, man. I'm gonna tune back in online, man.
All right, bro. Make sure you hit that like button.
Before you leave, JaVale, can you hear me, JaVale? Before you leave, real quick.
Yes, sir.
How do you feel about Paul George's return? Talk to me.
Paul George.
Yeah, you know who he is, Paul George.
Paul George got to show up in the postseason. If y'all do the play-in game, Paul George got to show up, man.
He went there with it.
Paul George got to show up, man. He don't show up all the time, and that's a known fact.
He did, but he showed up last year, though, correct?
That's last year, man. It's a new year.
He did show up last year.
Yeah, he balled out.
Your silence told me the answer.
He balled out. He balled out last year.
Thank you.
It amounted to nothing.
Appreciate that, Coach Larry.
It amounted to nothing. Well,
There
Vel
you go.
jumped off, man. I
That's
appreciate
all
you,
right.
Vel.
Yeah, because Vel heard the facts. Vel heard the
Styles
facts.
makes fights, man. Holla at my man,
Hey,
Vel. Vel,
that's right.
appreciate you calling in every week. No doubt, man. We got some chats in here. We got a Black Psychologist podcast. Shout out to Kyle. Appreciate you always tuning in every week as well. Make sure y'all hit that like button while y'all tuned in. Coach Larry out here dropping gems. A lot of student athletes and parents need to hear this. Well, I mean, it's something that's always being said, but you got some parents that just don't want to hear it. Every parent think their kid is going Division I, as if it ain't Division I, they just not playing no more basketball.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
They had to realize, like, some of these schools, yeah, some of these schools have better facilities than some of these Division I schools.
Tell me about it.
But they don't look at it like that. All they see is the Division II. That's all they see. All they see is Division III. That's all they see. But some of these schools have better facilities than the Division I schools.
Yeah, I've seen it.
You know what I'm saying?
I've seen it. And then also too, is like, let's say you go to a Division I school, and nobody's saying that you can't pull your weight on a Division I school, but it's like you're not getting time, and you can play. You can play better than the person that's sitting in front of you and stuff like that. You can do it because you would kill them in practice, but you're just not getting the time because he's a bigger name. Therefore, go to like go to D2 or low D1 or something like that and tear up, ball out. You're still going to be the man when you come back home. Like when you come back home in your little tournaments and stuff like that, they're like, yo, man, Tickle Larry right there. Yo, Larry, Larry leads D2, the whole D2 in scoring all time. Like, yo, like, what's up? And they can't take that away from you. Like,
not at all.
That's an award. Listen, to score like 2,500 points in 4 years, 3,000 points in 4 years, that's something. A lot.
Listen, Division II, Division III, you scored it over 1,500 points, you getting a professional job overseas, guaranteed, without a problem.
Your name's going up. Your name's
going
going
up in the
rafters.
You get that opportunity to play overseas, and there's different divisions in overseas that which you could play in, and which they will pay more the higher the division. So it's not like it's the end of the world if you don't make the league. The league is the league, but at the end of the day, you still can play professional basketball.
That's it. That's all it is.
Black Psychologist podcast. That's the Steve Francis route. JUCO to Maryland to the league. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's not like the end of the world.
Like
the problem is, I know.
Go ahead.
A lot of these parents just believe their child is the next best thing, and it doesn't work out for that. Listen, see how many kids did this one and done stuff that should have stayed in school. You know what I'm saying? The right people behind you would say stay in school, but you looking as if you don't have these deficiencies in your game, because every last one of now, don't get me wrong, every kid has a deficiency in their game somewhere when you go into the professional level. Let's not say that like every kid is perfect coming out of college, no matter if you come in at 4 years out, 3 years out, 2 years out, one and done. It doesn't matter. You're going to have some deficiency because there is a difference from professional basketball and college basketball. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these kids that already mindset is one and done, go to school, average about 15, in between that 15 to 20 points a game, and just leave. Get to the league, and you're no longer in the league. You don't even get the opportunity, but you're not on the roster. So that one and done, you could have been the second year in school, you're getting paid, you're having fun. NILs is making more money than a lot of kids, in the league right now. So I mean, it's possibility because you're getting paid now for being in school with the NILs. But at the same token, understanding where you're at in your maturity of your professional career that you want to have. A lot of these parents are so gun-ho for that check, and then they don't get the check. And you look at them, and you look at them like I see a lot of kids in that G League that came out one and done. I'm sitting there like, I don't know who told them to come out.
Before stay one more year.
Stay one more year, working on deficiencies, or stay. You might need to stay that 2 year. You might need to leave after your junior year. What's the problem with it? You know what I'm saying? If you can't pass your classes and such, I understand because you don't want to fail out. But even though there's ways around that, we all know that.
Yeah, if you're good enough, if you're good enough,
they're gonna make it happen, right? So it's not like you're losing anything. You're gaining. It's all a win. You there for free.
Yeah, and it's fun too. Like I remember we got a chance to interview with Derek Anderson, right? And we finally asked him. I was waiting for shout out to my man Scoop B. We were actually waiting for him. I was waiting for him to ask the question about Kentucky. That's all I was waiting for. Like I already know about the Clippers. I know about the San Antonio Spurs, all the Cavaliers, all that good stuff. Tell me about Kentucky. And he was telling us that it was like we were like rock stars, man. Like we didn't have any responsibility except going to school, staying above a C+ average. And then he was like, the best thing about playing in those college teams is like those road trips. Like you have road trips, like you might be going to, like you might be playing Georgia, then Alabama, then you play South Carolina, then you'll play somebody else. These are like maybe 6 games in 8 days and stuff like that. And it's like sometimes you don't want to give that up. That's why back then a lot of these players, like these so-called players, like maybe like Paul Pierce, Derek Anderson, Ron Mercer, like they weren't staying, like they weren't doing one and done, even though they could have been a one and done if they wanted to, but they just chose to like stay like 2 or 3 years and stuff like that. And
enjoy that college life.
Man, enjoy that college life, man. Like
your money's gonna be there.
Yeah, because once you get into the league, man, it's totally different.
You can't go back. You can't go backwards. Like, so to see some of these kids that struggle after that one and done, when you look at him, I sit there and be like, yo, he should have stayed. I don't know why he left.
One more year. That's it. Stay
Big shout out to Robert Smith. I appreciate you tuning in and chatting with us. Make sure y'all hit that like button in the basement, the next step in KC on YouTube and Facebook. You know what I'm saying? We here.
Black Psychologist. So I guess that's it for what's his face now, Panchero. That's a done deal for him.
He's done. But you can see the difference. He has an NBA body already, and he has a game. We know he has deficiencies, but he has everything that you can actually say that, all right, if I plug him in the right place, he can be like as of right now, he can be, what's the young boy from Atlanta Hawks that be dunking all the time?
What's his face? Dang, not DeAndre Hunter. That's John Collins.
John Collins, but he can shoot though. He can actually.
John Collins can shoot.
No, I'm not talking about John Collins. I'm talking about no, who we talking about from Duke? Pantero. He can actually shoot the basketball. He has moves. He can do he has all those things that you're gonna be like, all right, we could. He can. There is some kids that can actually make that transition and make it smoothly without so much pressure on them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I just, it's just hard.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope. I know.
Yeah. Black Psychologist says Williams being in foul trouble on the floor for the majority of the game was the biggest factor. If he's on the floor, he's making up that point differential. Yeah, I think so too. But the which boy came in? Juan, that's his last name, who came in sub for him to play pretty well. I think that last foul that he got was horrible, a horrible call. But I mean, that don't have nothing to do with
Yeah,
and then because that was still the first half, and he had 4 fouls in the first half, and I'm sitting there like, yo, are you serious?
But get 4 fouls in the first half. I thought you get 2. You're sitting.
Exactly, but that structure of that height, athleticism. But he did well when he came in the game and stuff. He had like 8-10 points in the first half when he got in. You know what I'm saying?
He did.
But yeah, Williams getting in that foul trouble at the very beginning really hurt. Really hurt him. Slap nuts. What up? He's back.
Dean Smith.
Our guy is back. You know what I'm saying?
Is he really going to be Dean Smith now that the Carolinas in the championship game now?
Man, I ain't paying this boy no mind. He's just here. He's just happy to be here. He just want to be seen on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all hit that like button. I know y'all subscribed already, so hit that like button. The like button means a lot, bro. Brothers and sisters. Rob, man, says if you're not in the lottery pick, stay in school. But you know what, man? I'm gonna say to this about the lottery. Okay, you can have some, speak your mind as well.
Yeah,
see if you feel the same way I do.
You're more than qualified to talk about this. Go
ahead,
man.
This is the problem I have with the lottery. Every year the NBA has a lottery, no matter what. All right, no matter what. Hype for these kids coming that's in school right now that are coming out, they're gonna come out because of the hype. But it's not necessarily mean that they're ready.
Right.
The NBA has to have a draft, no matter what. So the only kids that's gonna get drafted, if you do kids that actually that can be drafted, opposed to kids that just want to be drafted, there's probably only like 15, 20 kids that's capable of actually playing in the league that should be drafted. That's meaning seniors graduating. No more NBA career. I mean, no more college eligibility. But if you want to hype up the kid from Gonzaga, the big white boy, he's not ready. But he has the hype for him to go in the top 5, top 10. Why stay in school? Which makes you go to the league and you a project for 4 to 5 years.
Yeah. And the older you get, the
NBA don't want you.
The slimmer your chances. They want something young. They want
Bates,
something young in there.
Amani Bates supposed to be the next KD.
Ooh, he definitely. He flaked on them.
He played in the he played in the NCAAs, but
he did. But
I don't think he's ready.
You think he should stay another year?
I think he should stay another year. As much as I love Jalen, I think Jalen needs another year. But he has an NBA body. They're not going to expect him to come in and scoring. They're not going to expect that from Jalen coming out going into the draft. They're going to expect Jalen rebound, defend, putbacks.
Okay.
They're not saying, Jalen, give me 30. You got the body already, so it's not like you got to develop the body coming into the season. He can defend. He can defend already. We know he can rebound.
Yep.
He's like a little C Webb. He just got to get better at passing and better on his offensive game. But that's not going to be asked of him coming out of the college next year.
Right.
So he's in a good space. He's the player that he's going to be with the opportunity to grow because he's going to elevate himself.
To be better at that
craft. Be better, at that craft. Because all it is scoring now. His post, mid-range. That's what they're going to work on with him. But he has everything else that you want in a kid. So him coming out, okay. But if you want to be technical, you'll say stay another year.
Right.
But he's staying another year, but he's going to be the same player next year. Ain't too much going to be different in the next 8 months. You might as well do the same reps that you was going to do for the next 8 months in college in his position for him. I'm talking about for Jalen.
Right.
Go ahead to the league. You're going to be 1, 2, or 3. They're not going to ask you to get 30. They're going to ask you to defend, rebound, run the floor, put backs, occasionally dump it down to you for a little jump hook or whatever the case may be.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying? The kid from Auburn, Smith.
Barry Smith.
Tough. He tough. I'm going to say he's tough.
Yeah, he's tough.
I'm going to just leave it at that. He's tough.
Yeah.
I think he's ready because I look at him as like almost like
He reminds me. You know what? Like
what's Lewis that went second round that used to play for Seattle. What's his first? Rashard Lewis. Rashard Lewis. Because he can shoot. He can post up. He's lefty. He's still gonna need a little more weight put on him eventually. Yeah. But a Rashard Lewis type player. Rashard had numbers doing it. Don't get it twisted. Don't disrespect Rashard. Rashard put up numbers. And he came out of high school, was the last person inside the room, got drafted in the second round opposed to the first round. But he showed out, and you look at all the people that was drafted before him. Didn't even have the career that he had.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
yeah, because with Jabari Smith kind of reminds me of I've seen in Pancheros like that too, like those big, not big, but they're kind of like strong, mobile, small forwards and stuff like that. It was kind of like Jabari Parker. Like when I saw Jabari Parker at Duke, it was a couple games that I was like, oh yeah, like you don't even need to go to class anymore. Like once March comes around, like just tell me that you'll come back to class and finish up your classes like in like July or something like that. It's like Like there's certain moves that you see that Jabari Parker did and Panchero did too as well. Like that's a grown man move right there. That's grown.
That spin and getting his shoulder into your
like
chest, and then you just
like the
you like, all right.
Oh, that's
then
grown.
instead of the in and out cross, boom.
I was like,
I'm just like, okay,
that's grown.
Yeah, yeah,
that's grown.
He's been working, and then the body to go with it. You see what I'm saying? He has the body to go with it.
To take the contact.
Now, Panchero coming out,
they're gonna push against you.
Right.
Yeah,
Panchero coming out, they're gonna be like, we got to work on your defending. Your shot gonna be a little bit better, but you can shoot. You can post up. You show you got post moves. It's gonna be more about defense and improving his range.
Yeah, because the Duke stigma has been removed already.
You see what I'm saying?
Stigma is over. It's over. Because I mean,
but that's all you want to ask him to do. Defend
and run the floor. And get more consistency with shot. But that's everybody that comes out of college. I don't care who you are. Just
JJ Redick, anybody. You got to be more consistent. That's just
way
you know what I'm saying.
Consistent.
You know what I'm saying. So you asking those things that he already has, except for defense. I mean, I think he can play better defense 1-on-1 because it's man to man. It ain't no zone. It's all man to man.
Yeah,
man up.
That zone can't protect you.
You see what I'm saying? So it's a lot of that goes on that we as observers look at, and I'll be like, yo, he's not ready. But what Rob was saying is, if you're not in a lottery, stay in school. But just because you're lottery don't mean you're ready. Yeah. There has to be an NBA draft at the end of the day, and NBA players do not draft college graduates.
They used to. They used to. I'm thinking back to that 96 draft, like that 96, 97, 98 draft. If you stayed for 3 years, then
you was a solid player. You was ready to come in. You're a young adult. But used to. Today's society, they want the young athlete because they got this word that I hate hearing in the draft, and that's, let me make sure I'm saying it correctly.
Go ahead.
High motor. All these kids that's underdeveloped, all they say is, "Oh, he has a high motor."
Sounds like potential. That sounds like potential. Because
and that's why these kids are coming out.
So here's a question for you, right? Do you think, let's say, all right, Jalen Green, let's say they come up in the same draft, this like last year's draft or stuff like that. Who do you think they're going to take? Do you think they're going to take Jalen or are they going to take Tim Duncan? Tim Duncan stayed 4 years too, by the way.
They're going to take Jalen.
Okay. Even though that Tim Duncan's like one of the most decorated college players in
NBA
college history.
Okay. But that depends on the school. I mean, the team that's drafting as well.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Because I take Tim Duncan. I don't need a center. I'm trading him, which means I didn't really need Tim Duncan. But I didn't really need Tim Duncan. Mm-hmm. But I had to take him because the decoration. But decoration don't mean a lot. We seen Jameer Nelson win the Player of the Year. We seen Rick Brunson win Player of the Year. Where were they drafted at? Late 20s, second round. Player of the Year don't mean nothing.
Not anymore. Because I'm sitting there saying, how Jalen Brunson getting drafted in the second round and he was Player of the Year? Player of the Year, no.
How Jameer Nelson getting drafted 25th? Him and Delonte went right after him? Mm-hmm. Or right before? How they getting drafted 20-something? He played here. He just showed you that he's better than 23, 24 of these players that's been drafted before him during the year when they all playing the same talent. But he get drafted.
And they're playing on national TV because I thought, when I saw Chris Paul and Jameer Nelson lock up, that was epic. That was a legend. That was legend right there. I was like, ooh.
But I'm sitting here saying he won Player of the Year for a reason because none of these other players could beat him out of that. That's right. But you get drafted 20-something. So that Player of the Year stuff don't really mean much or nothing. It's just hey, you had a great season. You know what I'm saying?
You stayed the longest.
You stayed the longest.
Congratulations.
Yeah. All right.
Congratulations. Here's take these medals.
You Player of the Year, but you still gonna get drafted late.
Yeah.
But I just showed you I was better than all of them.
Didn't it happen didn't it happen Mark Macon that year? He was all everything.
I'll be lying if I could say I remember, but I know Mark was They was number one, and the Temple was number one for like 8 weeks.
Yep.
Like 8 weeks. So I mean, it is what it is, man.
I mean, I just know certain players. Like, I mean, when I'm watching college basketball, I just know certain players that are like only going to stay for 1 year. Like when I saw Steve Francis, when I first saw Steve Francis come on campus and play for University of Maryland, I was like, yeah. It was like, just get used to him for 1 year and that's it, because he's only going to stay for like maybe 4 or 5 months. Kevin Durant was like that too. Michael Beasley was another one. I thought Chris Webber was going to be a one and done. I thought he was going to leave after his first year.
I had a feeling that if they was going to stay together no matter what. If one came out, they always going to come out. That's how close that they was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
If they'd have won that chip. If they'd have won that
they'd have won that. They would have won that chip. They'd have gone.
92, we're gone.
They'd have been gone. Yeah, they were out of there. Every last one of them would have got drafted.
Ray,
Jimmy, and Jimmy,
Chris.
and with Trey. What's the other one? Lang? Not Lang. I'm thinking of dude.
Jimmy King.
Jimmy King had a couple T in the league.
Yeah, he did.
Ray Jackson, I don't think he even touched.
Ray Jackson, he was in the CBA.
Yeah, Ray Jackson didn't touch the league, but Jimmy King had a couple T in there.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I think he played for like the Hornets or something like that.
I remember him being on somebody's roster. They were using him for defensive purposes. It wasn't nothing else.
Which he was. Which was a good defender.
Great defender. Yeah. So also with college basketball, women's college basketball, we have South Carolina versus UConn. Philly's own Dawn Staley going against the Grim Reaper of women's college basketball. You know what I mean? So you can't deny what's going on over there at UConn. Always showing Paige has showed up. They played they won a big game against NC State, which I think I don't know what that coach was thinking, having Diamond on the bench for the first two for the overtimes and then putting her in with 10 seconds left in the final overtime when you're down 4. Even the announcers was like, and Johnson's still on the bench. I'm sitting there like, are you serious? Did you see what she did when she came in the game? She hit 2 threes and a jab step that down there took the girl ankles out, tore her Achilles.
Was that was a jab step when she crossed?
That's the jab step 3. Yeah, jab 3. Yeah. That's what she did.
And the crazy part is, I don't know if you were watching that game. I'm sure you were probably watching the highlights.
Yeah, I was watching
the game. Like when she did that jab cross, did you see her bench like get up? And did you see like some of the people in the crowd? A couple of movies, because when you see a move like that, you stand up. You get like
crazy.
Even my Aunt Barb, who's a diehard UConn fan, shout out to Aunt Barb. She texted me. She was just like, "That was a great move," in capital letters.
Yeah. I mean, and that's just not being a friend and a supporter of Diamond, but that's just in general. How can you leave somebody that's a walking bucket, or at least a playmaker? Definitely, you see, they double teamed her at the end of the regulation. They wasn't letting her get open. They said anybody else can shoot, but she's not.
Box. That sounds like a box one to me. You know
what I'm saying? So, but yeah, UConn came out because then UConn got 2 phantom calls at the beginning of that second overtime with the fouls.
A lot of that going around.
And then NC State go to the whole, even on the replay and everything, it shows the girl get smacked up on her arm for the and one, and they just called it a regular. It wasn't an and one. It was a no call. It was no call.
Yeah.
No call. You heard the smack. Even the announcers put in slow motion. How can you not see that? But you see these 2 phantom calls against Paige in the beginning of the overtime to get them the 4-point lead. So now NC.
Well, you know why? You know why that is? Because
speak to me.
Listen, man. Listen, it works in college basketball too. Like they know what teams that's going to get those ratings and stuff like that in the women's tournament. And also in the men's tournament too. I've seen a couple phantom calls out there.
And they wanted to see UConn versus South Carolina.
Of course.
They want to see Dawn lose.
Yeah,
they want to see her lose.
And they're giving all the praise in the world to Dawn. Shout out to Dawn Staley, doing great.
She's earned it though. She had to grab it. She had to grab it by the balls. Oh, like she really had to really do what she's done, and then on a level, she had to go outside of the regular for her to get the attention and a lot of the black coaches' attention for women's basketball right now. You know what I'm saying?
All the way down, Larry.
She's been going out her way to make sure that the African American coaches get the same what word am I looking for? I'm trying to be intelligent by using big words like you do.
You're already dude. But, with all the stuff you're saying today, you are listen.
But she's trying to get them all the same attention by her getting that attention. She's passing it so that everyone gets it. You see what I'm saying? For all the African American coaches out there. But congratulations to Philly's own Dawn Staley, North Philly's own Dawn Staley. Gotta get this win. It's tomorrow. Is it tomorrow night at 8:00?
I believe it's either tomorrow or today.
It's today?
Is it
Sunday?
today?
I don't know. We gotta check
into that. I don't think.
Yeah, we gotta check that for
Tuesday
sure.
or something.
Yeah. So
man. But that North Carolina game, that North Carolina UConn game, that thing was fire. I was watching. I was watching the highlights like 3 or 4 times. I just kept watching that jab crossover.
Like you couldn't get past it because everybody kept on playing it.
I was like, no, because I mean, she played good defense, but I think she played her a little too close. And now you're playing me close like this. She did the exact same thing that I don't have a handle, but if I look at your feet and I give you a nice, you're right. I'm co-signing along with that, but I got a mean between the legs around the back move though. But she literally looked at her feet and jabbed her. Boom, jabbed that back foot. It was over. And then she just crossed, and then she just fell back. I thought she was on some slippery ice or something like that. And it was, but like I said, it was just a good game. I know Paige got some, like you said, some fan calls, but they want to see Paige. They want to see Paige in there, though. That's what they want to see.
For sure.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. They want to see the two, the two
juggernauts,
WNBA prospects in there.
Yep. Go ahead, you got this one.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Kyle, Black Psychologist Podcast says, Staley is building a dynasty in South Carolina. Salute to her for everything she's worked for and her being a pioneer for future female black coaches. Philly, stand up. True that, man. From Dobbins to University of Virginia to overseas to the ABL, the WNBA to, coaching at Temple to South Cackalack. She's won on every level. Every level she's won on. Yep. I remember I saw her in my man said he's like, yeah, I'm North Philly. I know everybody in North Philly. I was like, okay. One day, this is when I was working at Nordstrom. Shout out to Nordstrom. I was working in the shoe department, women's shoe department, right? And Dawn Staley came in there. And Dawn Staley's a small person. She's pretty short.
Yes, Dawn a little bit smaller than me, probably. Little bit.
And I was like, wait a minute. I went over and she was seeing, she had on these like nice sneakers, some nice Nike.
Yeah, you see her Balenciaga and Gucci's out on the sideline. She bringing that heat.
Style goddess.
She bringing that heat.
You know what
I'm saying?
With a Gucci jacket on, with a hat to match or something, And I seen her. She was just sitting there. And I was like, hey, excuse me. I was like, you wouldn't happen to be Dawn Staley, right? And she was just like, yeah. And I was like, well, listen, great. I'm great job, great what you're doing with the girls and stuff like that. Keep up the great work. Is there anything that you need from me? Like you need some water or some shoes or something? She's like, no, I'm just here with a friend. This and that. I was like, okay, cool. So I went in the back and told my man Kadeem, shout out to Kadeem. I was like, yo, like your girl's out there from North, your girl Dawn Staley. This fool said, who? I was like, Dawn Staley. Like, Robbins.
Bruh. He would have got one of those. Bruh.
Yeah. I'm just like.
Not talking to you no more. You done lost all your talking today.
Yeah, and he said he's North. He said he's North Philly too.
No, he ain't North Philly.
So I was like, whatever. So
try that again.
But yeah, man, that was an awesome game, man. That was an awesome game, and I can't wait for the championship game too.
Yeah, but big shout out to Dawn Staley and South Carolina girls. Player of the year, coach of the year. Going against Big Gene over at UConn and Page.
What you call it, the Grim Reaper?
The Grim Reaper, you know what I'm saying? But they wanted it, they got it. Now we
Yes.
gotta get that smoke up. So we everybody from Philly shout is going for helping Dawn.
I see him. You know what? I see South Carolina. I see South Carolina winning this one.
Yeah,
I
listen,
do.
I don't want to see nothing else, so I'm there. South Carolina's my pick, and they gonna win by like 12.
They're
gonna win by 12
because I see that because they're definitely gonna.
They inside the game. That girl too
they're
big.
They're gonna game plan for Paige. They're not gonna shut it down.
Nah,
but
they're gonna make her. They're gonna make her push off of that weak her knee, that Achilles. They definitely gonna do that. Dawn, she from North. You see how she plays against. I mean, how she coaches against certain players. Even when they play NC State, like she won a diamond at NC State.
Mm-hmm.
She won a diamond at NC State, but Diamond's like, I'd rather try, somewhere else, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But she plays super duper aggressive to top tier players. And if you had an injury or something, Dawn goes at you at that. You know what I'm saying? If you had a left shoulder injury, you know where you going? We're going to make sure you drive left.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to push off of that left leg.
That's
You're
right.
going to push up. We're going to make sure that all your attacking is coming off of that injury.
And also too, like when we're running through the screens and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, you getting bumped. You getting bumped. You definitely. Yep. Don't turn, because we already know that the coaches. I mean, the refs is already in the pocket. So if you start seeing a lot of foul calls and people getting in foul trouble early, you know what happened.
You see Sue Bird, Diana Taurasi,
and Lobo and all them. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Rebecca Lobo.
Oh, but yo, I did want to mention. Yeah, I definitely wanted to mention. I was watching that Sue Bird and Sue Bird and Deanna Taurasi during the championship, during the Final Four game. Okay. They got their own little show.
Okay.
But they have the show playing, and the TV screen is basically split for the show, and then they have guests like Steph Curry came on there, and a couple other NBA players, but they be like kind of commentating the game and having a game on the other side, somewhat how we look right now, right?
Okay.
But they're talking over the game and having regular conversations about the game, and then what the guests may think or whatever case may be. I didn't like it because it kind of took away from the game. So I don't know if
it's on and you're just talking over it.
Yeah, because they get to talking funny about stuff that they did in college, or they ate and what they didn't have to do and this and that other. The focus is supposed to be the game,
right?
So
this is where she's supposed to because they're both players.
Push the fact that
they break it. They start analyzing the game
exactly, and then they had quite a bit of few people to pop on via face camera, or then they had one or two people that actually showed up in the show. But it was didn't really like it too much because it kind of took off away because they went in and out of the actual game. You know what I'm saying, from personal talk.
Speaking of UConn too, shout out to Swin Taylor Cash, also known as Swin Cash.
Swin
Cash from out of PA, going to the Hall of Fame.
Congratulations.
Also going to the Hall of Fame. The great master, one of the originators of that real killer crossover, UTEP two-step, Mr. Tim Hardaway.
Yeah, I saw that. That. He's going in?
He's going in.
He's going in?
He's going in.
Wow. I thought Tim was tough, but I didn't see Hall. I think he's on that. He's almost on that borderline. I mean, he's on the borderline, but I'm just sitting there like I didn't see Hall. I honestly will say that I didn't see Hall in Tim Hardaway. He had an astonishing career, but I definitely
maybe
didn't
it's
see
the
Hall.
Golden State. And then you know what? Also, I mean, the Golden State years were just legend. That was going he was averaging like 20, 22 and 10.
Yeah,
run TMC.
And Miami Heat years was crazy.
Miami Heat he was killing out there.
Yeah.
I like them better on Golden State. That's just me.
Yeah, that's because that UTEP two-step was just everything that.
Yeah, he had that little scoop. We used to like rock it and then a little scoop shot. Yeah.
Yeah. Before I forget, big congratulations
And a bomb.
Congratulations to my niece, Aaliyah Sneed, on her
Okay.
commitment to St. Joe's University.
I saw that. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
Big. I'm super duper proud of you. You earned it. Still got one more year of high school left, but congratulations on your commitment to St. Joe's University. 4-year scholarship. Play basketball, to do what you love. Just take advantage of it. It's only up from here.
So
Still got another year of high school.
You'll be getting tickets. I take it you'll be getting tickets.
Man, listen. I'll be up and down.
Listen, man.
95, bro. I'm there.
Man, listen, my brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Told
I ain't gotta go far neither. What?
Yeah, my brother.
No
told me,
excuse.
he
No
was
excuses.
Like, he's like, as soon as Trinity got to Penn State, we were like, listen, like when those Penn State football games come up, like you're our contact person. Like we go to you. We go to you, Trent.
Right.
Like when those whiteout games, those blackout games and stuff like that, we're coming to you. Basketball games, you already know, Trent. Like so, yeah. So
Yeah, big congratulations.
Aaliyah, right? Aaliyah, is that her name?
Aaliyah Sneed.
Yeah, so Aaliyah, don't be surprised when when Uncle Larry starts asking for tickets.
I'm trying to get tickets now for the following year. Like we know Gerald and Devon and D and everybody going. Make sure Uncle Larry's up in there because we gonna find
the student section. That's all.
We gotta figure out what Jalen gonna do next. With his opportunities.
Shirts,
so
hats,
I need all that. I need all that.
Are they at Nike school? Like
I need mine autographed so I could put it up on my wall too. You know what I'm saying?
That's even better. That's even
put
better.
the band cave together. Yep.
Yes,
but
sir. Yes, sir.
other than that, what's next on the menu?
We can talk a little NBA. I mean, because the NBA is starting to wind down now, so everybody's just getting their playoff seeding and everything. Of course. A couple players are coming back. Paul George came back. He had a great. I think he had like 34, I believe, his first time out, which is pretty elite.
34 or 37 was one of the two.
I think it was 34.
You would know better than me.
Yeah, I think it was 34. Then the other game he played after that, I think he had like 20 something. But
so they 1-1 since he came back.
That's cool. You know what? Because he really showed. He showed against
he's
the
back.
Bulls.
He's pretty decent. Yeah.
Now
he ain't have an AD. He ain't have an AD.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Don't do that to the Lakers. So okay. Here's my question to you, Larry. And you're definitely qualified to answer this question. Is the Lakers season? No, you're definitely you've been dropping jewels all day. You about to keep being great. I'm gonna let you score. Be great.
You gonna score? All right. I moved to the 2.
Yeah. So it's Is the Lakers season is it over now? Is it really over?
No, I don't think it's over.
Okay.
As long as they have a chance to get in that play in, I think it's gonna be one of those buckle downs, like 5 games left, somewhere around there. So I think LeBron's really gonna have a talk with everybody. One of the player, listen, all we need is to play in. We can worry about everything else later. All we need is to play in. Nobody wants to play us in the play in. Whether or not you want to believe that, but if I'm LeBron, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
We struggled all year long, but we still have an opportunity to make it to the playoffs where we can really rough it up. Because now we all know as basketball fans, the basketball game in the playoffs is different from regular season. We're not going to sit there and say just because the Lakers are old and the rosters and all this. In a way, this kind of benefits them the way the game is played in the playoffs opposed to regular season.
This is what they're built for. I think this is the reason why they got them. They're built for this.
And this is why I say all they worried about is getting in the playoffs. Let's get this win in the play-in, and we in.
Yeah,
once that happens, we can play basketball the way we want to. You know what I'm saying? Without all that added pressure for us trying to worry about gelling. That game comes half court. Let's just run this half court. Let's play basketball to our
AD. Gotcha. Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? So now it ain't that up and down because every possession is double time. Double the value each possession in the playoffs. So people ain't gonna do all the taking the extra early shots and all that stuff that you was doing in the regular season. Each possession really counts. So I think it benefits them if they
Larry, you
make
sure
it
you
to the
haven't
play.
been a coach? You sure you haven't been a coach on like another level somewhere or something? Because you're dropping a lot of like
Big shout out to
context clues
big shout out to my cousin Justin Scott over at
shout out to
former
Justin.
Arcadia, now assistant at St. Joe's on the men's side. He gave me the opportunity to learn some things under him and coaching at Arcadia a little bit of the summer team and being a ear and a voice for the Arcadia at the
Yeezy
time.
taught you well.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeezy
I listen.
you
I listen,
well.
bro. Listen, I'm a man that I love the game so much that
Yeah.
whoever's speaking and if it has some significance, shout out to Brett Brown because I had the opportunity to be around him for like 2 to 3 years.
Are we talking Brett Brown? Brett Brown?
Sixers. I used to coach his son. His son played with Lil Keith and yeah.
All right.
So
you know what?
I got an opportunity.
I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this.
I got a chance to be talk to him quite a bit during my times
awesome. That's
at
awesome.
Triple Threat. I also had not a real relationship or anything like that, but
no, but I mean, you got a chance to like
big shout out to John Thompson, John Chaney, and I'm forgetting one more. Oh, definitely Bill Ellerby because during just soaking up knowledge, man. And I had the opportunity to actually talk to all of them, and especially John Thompson numerous times.
Big John?
Yeah, Big John Thompson. Rest in peace. Him and John Chaney.
Rest in peace to John Chaney.
Yeah. But yeah, I got a chance to talk to them, and I talked to Coach Ellerby probably right before I left Philly in 2018 because him and my next door neighbor was they best friends, and Coach Ellerby used to come over his house all the time and on the back porch, and we used to go out there and just talk and bust it up and all stuff.
Yeah. Shop. Yeah.
So
I can just imagine that fire conversation.
Yeah, man. I just listen, man. Most of the time, it's just like question, and then you just sit back.
Like and sit back and watch, like, because I can just imagine like just what that John Chaney was just bringing, like in regards to like even probably in the States, probably back into the Chaney State days.
Talking to John Chaney is like talking to the homie. He cursing all types of stuff. And then do you really want to know this shit? Like that's how John Chaney was. Like he was a very, of course we all know, very intelligent and all that stuff.
Intelligent, very affectionate,
hard as nails but soft as a teddy bear. You know what I'm saying? So he would tell you straight up, what he didn't like, what he did like, who shouldn't be here. I don't give a like. He would let you have it, but I had the opportunity on numerous occasions to talk to him and in the blue because Aaron McKee was from up the way. You know what I'm saying? And I always told him that you're gonna be a coach. He was like, I don't think I want to do that. Now look at him over at Temple, all crazy.
Exactly. Also, shout out. Also, congratulations to Michael Jordan. And
most definitely congratulations to my couple years older Mike Jordan. I used to give him buckets. You know what I'm saying? Over at Lafayette, and Shane Holloway, congratulations, well deserved. It's crazy that you had to have the season that you had for you to get that opportunity.
But did you see that coming though? Did you see that the Seton Hall job opening up? I saw it coming because like once Witter left to go to the Terps.
Listen,
like he had the dream season, like St. Peter's and stuff like that. I was just like, I'm sure they were like, we need somebody to clean up, after Willard.
Big shout out to the St. Peter's boys basketball team for even showing up at the Seton Hall press conference,
right?
And for them giving Shane the job. But it's a sober story because at the same token, would he have got that opportunity if he didn't have the run he had this year?
That's a good question.
And this goes back to basically what they almost trying to do to Deion Sanders. Dangle your accomplishments in front of you with the name of the school.
Right.
So you taking Shane away from those kids that no big time recruiting, none of that stuff, that just wanted to play hard and lead in his system. You taking those kids, the mentor that they had in him, saying that, listen, you don't have to be the 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, to play in that game, to make it to where we made it, to make it to the levels that we've made it. So you're gonna take all his momentum and go send and shift it to his alma mater now
in a bigger conference.
So now, if he fell,
bigger stakes are higher.
Right. So now, if he fell, what do you say now? He wasn't ready. That's what you're gonna say. You gonna give him 2 years? I don't know how long the deal was, or whatever the case may be, the contract, or whatever the case may be. But it's another thing when they take when we make such a leap forward, they find a way to take us away from that what got us there. And try to put us in a position like if let's say you coaching at Shabibili High School.
I heard of him.
You know what I'm saying? You have all the success there. Now the Catholic League all of a sudden reaching out to you out of nowhere.
And you reached out to him before.
Yeah, I applied for those jobs in the Catholic League. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't even get the interview, or if I got the interview, it was like one of those open and shut doors. Like,
did you think the interview went like this? Like, back then before you went to St. Peter's, like, hey, what's up? You guys know me? I'm Shaheen Holloway. Remember, I played for you guys. I was All-American. Running down the accomplishments. Oh no, Shaheen, we already have someone for you. Did you want to maybe be an athletic director or something like that? How about that?
Player development coach, maybe,
quote unquote. Now. Then after that, you hear this. St. Peter's has done the impossible. They are going to the Elite Eight to face North Carolina thanks to Coach Shaheen Holloway. Ring.
That job is open. It's still open. We ain't take no interviews. You're our first call.
Is this Shaheen Holloway? No, this is his daughter. Do you want me to get my daddy? Daddy, Seton Hall's on the phone. Is this the great Shaheen Holloway? Congratulations.
Now you're great.
I want to know if you wanted to coach back at your alma mater. Is that okay? I guess.
Yeah. The check right. Now you're gonna pay for my status now. You're gonna pay for this momentum. This is everything I want. I want it guaranteed, and I want to be able to hire and do everything got to be guaranteed. There's no wiggle room in there at all. For the length of my contract, I plan on being here, and what I want goes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Don't send me home after we might have an IT year or something.
Because I know that you only want me here because of the momentum I did, what I've done at St. Peter's now. Because prior to this year, you probably wasn't even looking out for me at St. Peter's.
Matter of fact, they probably took down that all that tournament stuff too. Probably too.
Who knows? Who knows?
Listen. You know how schools are, man. Like schools, they will forget about you, man.
No, listen.
Unfortunately, they did that to Eddie Griffin. May he rest in peace. They did it to Eddie Griffin. Like when he went there for his 4 years and stuff like that. Then after he took him, All-American, took the team to national ranking and stuff like that. One of the highest rankings they ever had. As soon as Eddie Griffin, I think he got kicked out for fighting, unfortunately, and allegedly. And after that was it. They didn't even care for Eddie after that anymore. They were like, all right, Eddie, you can get your diploma from home. Really? Is that how you're gonna treat me?
Yep.
But I bet you if Eddie wanted to bring a check back to Roman Catholic.
Yeah, you taking it.
Hey, Bill, loved you, Eddie. We always loved you.
Listen, I use the Bill Cosby thing quite frequently. You know what I'm saying? Because these allegations things that Bill has went through, not to get deep into it,
I hear you.
With everything that he's done for the University of Temple, they stripped him of, but they didn't send him back all the bread that he got. He donated. They ain't do that.
They said when he went to his financier and stuff like that, and everybody, his financial advisors, and they asked for that check back, they said, we cashed that already.
Yeah. Like
we cashed that the first day
you'll take everything away from me except what I gave you financially. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, we cashed it.
So it is what it is. But we're gonna get into this subject because we've been on for 1 hour and 29 minutes. We're just gonna try to keep it down a little bit lower.
Our next subject is guys on the court, unwritten rules.
Oh man.
Yeah, man. We were going to get into it eventually. So
Yeah.
basically, it's like this. So I was in a situation here, in regards to I was playing basketball, on Sunday with the guy. Shout out to GFS at the run. And I was playing older guy, and he got like a couple rebounds, a couple shots over me, and stuff like that, and everything like that. I really didn't play any defense, and I kind of like let him score a little bit. Then he started to get on the heater, started to get on the roll and stuff like that. He was rolling. So, and the guys got mad at me because I just let him out. I let him be great out there. Go ahead, be great, man. Get it in. Go for yours. And my question is to all my hoopers out there, did I make a mistake? Is that an unwritten rule, that I broke or something? And why can't you why can't you let the older guys be great when they're rolling? Because you gotta let them be great.
Price is not today's price.
I mean, I'm gonna throw it out. I'm gonna throw it out to everybody out there. You guys can text in, dial in. I remember Kyle and I, we talked about it, and he gave it to me. What about you, Larry? What's your take on this? Do you if a person is rolling on you like that, do you let them be great, or you put a stop to it?
I don't give a fuck who's out there watching their kid, their father, mother play. If you on that court, it's all business, and you get nothing. Because I'm gonna tell you like this: as the young boy that I was, trying to get on the A court with Rocket, Carl, and Smack, and Bo, and Spence, and all of them, everybody, right? Mm-hmm. Once I got on there, I had to keep on proving myself, right?
Okay.
And they beat me up every chance they got as the old head taking it out on the young boy. Young boy, do you really want to be over here, right? So now I get certified, and I'm on the court no matter what. When I walked up Simons, it was runs, Larry coming up, shoot it up, boom, 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 boom. If they already started running, Larry, you run it, you with us, one with us, right? So I ain't got to worry about playing on the B court no more, right?
Okay.
As time goes on, as my old heads now become the old heads, and now I'm becoming the old head to the young boys.
Right.
We used to, instead of playing during the week, we used to go on Sundays.
Okay.
Sunday mornings run over. No matter what, they still were going to talk they shit.
Right.
You get nothing.
No.
Nothing. I'm giving you you having a good day, it's going to be a bad day if I'm on the court now.
Nah, I'm let you have
Listen,
your day.
No, I don't care. I don't care if your kids out there rooting you on and anything.
That's another question for you, Larry. So you mean to tell me?
No, you get nothing. To this day, if we was
to
and listen, West Hawkins, shout out to West Hawkins, the Uptown, when we do the Uptown game, they still talking trash today.
Okay.
So no. You no. You're gonna get everything. I'm stopping you. I'm blocking your shot. I'm still in the rock. You can't dribble. Don't be out here. That's what they gonna tell me.
Listen, man.
I ain't trying to hear nothing. My knees bad. Take it easy on me. No.
Yeah, man.
Because you scored that one time. Listen, they scored that one time. You'll never hear the end of it.
I mean, listen. Like he had like 6.
I'm not. If you get one bucket, it's because you earned that bucket. You're not gonna. I'm not gonna be he's the old head. Nah.
Like because
you could be 70.
This is what was happening, Larry. Like he caught the ball like near the rim. So I'm like, all right, he's near the rim. I'm not
You're
gonna
the nice
chop
guy.
him. I'm not gonna chop him. And
you the guy that you're not playing on my team.
So I can't play on your team now?
I'm cussing you the fuck out.
That's fine.
I'm cussing you out bad.
Cool. That's cool.
I'm cussing you out bad. Because I'm on.
You gonna make me stop playing? You gonna
yes.
make me stop playing?
If that's the case, I'm gonna be like, yo, one of us got to go. I'm not playing with this ball. I'm not playing with him. If you want to give up buckets, and then it's my opportunity to be. And how about we lose by 1?
Well, that's not because of that. Because I'll play.
How is not because of that bucket? You was nice to the old man. What the hell are you talking about?
Listen.
You just said I just let him score. One time.
Oh, God.
Tell him, Kyle.
Shout out to the Black Psychologist Podcast.
Yo.
Kyle says you essentially threw the game, no senior discounts. Listen, man.
Listen.
I'm an equal opportunity
Yeah,
nice guy.
exactly. Nice guy. See, that's where you messed up at. That's where you fucked up at. You said nice guy.
Well,
I'm an equal opportunity nice guy. Exactly, Mike. Exactly, Mike. You'll never hear the end of it. Listen, Mike barely played basketball with us, right? Mm-hmm. Mike, if he played, he was just up there, just fucking around with us. Mm-hmm. If Mike scored one time,
okay.
You see how you on this strip on the chat now?
Yeah.
He would still be talking about that one time that he scored, and then he'll say, "I don't even play basketball." Am I right, Mike? I don't even play basketball.
I'm just saying. Listen.
That's what he gonna say to this day, and that was over 30 years ago.
that did happen to me because, like, when they asked what the score was, they were just like,
look, response.
I get it.
But Mike, listen, Mike, you could play against K. Just know that you're gonna score no matter the way. He allows you to score. He will allow you to score.
I'm like, all right, say,
man.
Listen, say, okay,
K, you will not be playing on no bad. Anybody that play with K on Sundays, just have an older guy or older woman playing against him, and you're guaranteed to get a bucket or two, or a baby. He has sympathy. He has sympathy. I have no idea where he's been a nice guy all his life. We played basketball together since we was young boys. Mm-hmm. This is the first time I'm hearing this. K smiled during games, all that type stuff, but he does his job. Don't get it twisted. K does his job. But this shit here that he talking out, I have no idea where it's coming from.
Listen, because it's like this, right? This is how it happened, right? Because
tell him again, Mike. I'll trash him forever. It's the Uptown way. Exactly. To this day, Rocket will get on. If Rocket was on here, he'll tell you about some shit that he did to me and hit a bank shot or a fadeaway or something in our face and got us off the court.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, but look, it's like this.
It's not because I allowed him. It's because he earned that shit.
I mean, he earned it with me too.
No, he didn't. He just was there. He looked at you, grabbed the rebound, said, hey, listen, my daughter's over there.
I mean, he went up, but it was like this. I was like, listen, like the ball's so close to the rim. I'm just like, all right, well, I'm not gonna hack him to get it up there.
Go ahead, Kyle. You can say this one. Go ahead, Kyle. Appreciate you, Kyle.
Okay.
Shoot it.
Psychologist podcast. Shout out to Kyle. Flip the situation when you was younger, trying to get on that court. Them old heads didn't go easy on you.
And I explained this to him, Kyle. You heard me, Kyle? I earned my right to be on that court. In any given time, they'd be like, you ain't ready. And I would not be on that court the next day. You know how many times I had trial and error runs on the A court on Simons?
I know what's hitting for at Simons. I've been up there too.
Bro, you know it.
Too. Yeah.
That's what made me the player that I was in my younger days, dog.
Same here. The same here. But see,
no, not you was being nice, K. No. They ain't no same here. Because K, you smiled and joked, but you did your job. I never seen you go. No, you did do this. You did this a lot when we were on the court. But you never gave a bucket up for nothing.
I mean, I'm still a defensive dynamo. Number one, I'm still
Kyle.
Brother number one. Listen now,
Kyle, Mike, sub this buck.
I'm still
Please.
Soul Brother number one.
What?
Listen, I'm still Soul Brother number one. But it's like what happened was because you got to see what happened.
Yo, pause.
What?
You heard what he said? What happened was, you know, when people start off with when they say that, you know everything's wrong.
No,
everything is wrong.
Everything is right because what happened was the Black Psychology podcast.
Yes, speaking, Kyle.
K is out there giving to charity.
Tell me about it.
Not on my team.
Exactly, and he got mad at me, Kyle. He got mad at me because I said this to him. I said, "You won't be playing with me." No. And this is before the podcast. We talked about this last week. He said, "Oh, we gotta talk about it." Yeah, we gonna talk about it because this is some bullshit you kicking right now.
Not really.
Ain't no way in hell.
Look at this. It's more of the greater good. I'm looking at the greater good here.
The greater good. Now we superheroes and shit, Kyle. Mike, we are superheroes. Everybody that's in here.
Oh, you got jokes.
Somebody say something. Now we superheroes. What the? is this boy talking about, yo? For the greater good. Now I'm Superman and Batman. We are in Gotham City right now and shit.
Oh,
For the greater good.
Listen, this is for the greater good, because it's like I saw
I'm in the
like
zone,
he was
man.
rolling.
I'm in the fucking zone. Would you relax?
He was rolling.
He was rolling, but he was rolling against you, right?
No, he was rolling against other people too.
So you just let him roll on you too.
I'm like, oh man, he's rolling for a hot minute. Then what happened was like they asked.
Time. Pause.
I'm listening. Go ahead.
If somebody's rolling, what are you supposed to do?
I tried to put a stop to it, but I wasn't going to hack
right.
it on the way up.
Say it again.
Matter of fact, let me ask my dad. Dad, question.
Yo,
for you.
Pop.
Dad, yeah. Larry says, "What's up? You're on the podcast." Dad, if you have somebody that's playing you, right? That's
Don't
like,
get slapped on national TV, Kyle.
Like maybe he's like a little bit older than you and stuff like that. Like, do you like let him score in Sega competitions like for the greater good, or you put a stop
for the greater good?
Dad said put a stop to it.
Thank you, Pops. Kyle. No, Pop.
He said thank you, Pops.
Thanks, Pops. Pops like I'm slapping this. Tell him what you said. Tell your Pop what you said so he can slap you out of that chair.
Oh man,
you will not.
I'll give the story later. But,
yo, Pops get the applause because K tried to get validation for being a superhero. K wanted to be a superhero, and Pops just shut it down. He put some kryptonite up in his shit. Yo.
So here's what happened, right? So they asked what the score was and everything. He was like, "Well, count the buckets." Then he was like, "So such and such." One of the guys, shout out my man Brandon. Was it Brandon? I think my man Kyrie. Kyrie was like, "Well, I got one," and then then he was just like, "Well, I got six. I got six on K." Like, wait a minute.
Exactly.
I was like, wait. I was like, okay. I was like, yeah. I was like, but.
Ho! We got one. We got one. Yo, you in the basement for next step. What the hell? Yeah. Yo, you in the basement for next step.
What's going on?
What up?
Larry, I gotta. We gonna get right to the.
Hold on. You in the basement with Next Step and K. State who you are so we know who you talking to.
All right, this is Lyle, aka Buck 60. What's going on, K?
Appreciate you in the basement.
I'm good.
Make sure you hit that like button under the video. Make sure you do that.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna do this to you, K. But I gotta do this to you.
Please.
Preach. Let me tell you something, K. It don't matter if that old man was 100 years old out there. If he out there, he's playing. It don't matter.
Speak.
It don't matter, K. No one gets a pass. Because guess what? When I was out there playing, I ain't get no pass.
No.
When we used to play football on the corner of the block on the cement, and Big Tracy tackled me on concrete, and I'm like 4'5", and he's 6'8". I ain't get no pass. Nobody gets no pass.
Nobody. How
nobody.
How Keith said nobody. Yo, Lyle, he out of pocket. What was he thinking when he said for the greater good? This boy turned us all into superheroes, yo. The ball turned us into superheroes. Justice League, like. This boy said, it killed me. That killed me. Like I was cool with just disagreeing with him, right? I was totally cool with that. But when he said for the greater good, that just flipped the whole damn script on everything I was saying.
It is for the greater good.
How is it for the greater good? You heard what the old head said to you at the. Yeah, what you got? You got one? Well, I got 6 on K. Lyle, what's wrong with the ball?
Hey, Craig, let me tell you something. I love you, bro.
I love you too.
But I don't care what age you is. If you out there, you out there. I'm gonna treat you how I was treated.
Listen.
Point blank, period.
Listen. Look, Mike said Clippers fans be on some bullshit.
But we winning though. We winning.
Lyle, did you see him ask his pop, and his pop was like, "No, stop that shit." Yo, Lyle, we appreciate the phone call, bro. Yo, make sure you hit that like button, man. Make sure you hit that like button, bro. All right.
Lyle, be good, bro.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, you too.
Look, Black psychologist said, Kyle said, if the old head is 60 years old, that's how many buckets I'm giving. And you know what I'm going to say to him while I'm giving him them buckets?
I'm in the zone, man. I'm in the fucking zone. Would you relax?
See,
because
that's what I'm talking about.
Kyle going to be like, oh, you need one more bucket because your daughter's over there? Sure. Go ahead. Lay the ball up. If we lose by one, this one don't count, okay? This don't count against us, y'all, if we lose by one.
All right. Okay.
You
all
tripping.
Right. Kyle, Larry.
Lau, mine.
Lau.
I ain't hear nobody agree with you yet.
Well, I'm gonna get validation on this one. Let's say, okay, here's another situation because I've seen it happen. I haven't been part of it, but let's say you're
trying to clear yourself up, y'all.
Yeah, I am. Let's say you rolling, right? You rolling, bam, you got your family in front of me and stuff like that. Family's out there,
your kid's gonna go home and say, "Daddy, you don't need to be playing no more."
Oh my God!
Well, go ahead, finish your story.
I'm like, that's what it is. I'm gonna let you be great. I'm not gonna embarrass you in front of your family. All right, man. See, it's for the greater good, man. It's for the greater good.
There is no Gotham City here, yo. We in Uptown Philly. We in North Philly, Southwest. West Philly.
I mean, there's part of Philadelphia that's like Gotham City.
But where? I just named all this. I just named it.
The downtown, maybe?
Downtown is not Gotham City, yo. Ain't nobody playing basketball downtown. Oh, you right. South Street. And the little those little playgrounds off of Bainbridge not Bainbridge, off of what's that, South, Knife and South and stuff.
Oh, Lord,
where Johnny and Bobby is playing together and they have such a great old time.
Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know where this show is going, but I'm loving it. I'm loving where it's going, though.
Oh, man, listen, Kyle.
I'll let you be great.
Kyle.
Your family is there. Like,
Kyle.
The kids.
Yo, read what Kyle said, yo.
Let's say you played to win the game. Hello?
You play to win the game.
I do win the game.
Hey, yo, listen. The bad part about that, Kyle, as a Jets fan, he should understand that. Herm said it as a Jets coach when he said that. But he's a Jets fan. But this tells you the level of maturity you have when it comes to picking professional athletic teams. You have the Clippers and you have the Jets.
Both playoff teams. All right.
What?
Okay. All right.
Yo, listen, man. We got to continue this kind. We got to have some more people in here so we can have this kind. We're gonna bring this topic up again.
Yeah.
Let's try to do a podcast on Friday. I should be good Friday.
That works.
If anything changed, a live stream podcast on Friday. We're going to have the same topic. We're going to blast it out on Facebook. We're going to blast it out on Instagram. So we want to have everybody's input. And we're going to have some guests on here so they could share that same energy
and they would share the same sentiments with me as well.
Okay.
It's for the greater good. I'm trying to tell you. Because it's
stop. You're killing me right now.
Listen, I don't let people
much as I love Marvel, I love DC. I love my movies, man. I love my movies, my superhero movies. But this is some shit I never heard in my life before for the greater good of basketball.
Black Panther. This ain't Superman.
No, listen. No. We're not doing that, okay?
I'm telling you, man. I'm trying to tell you.
You done fucked up my whole groove right now.
All right, well, look. Well, here's another unwritten rule. Here's another unwritten rule that people always people are always arguing about and stuff like that. And one.
Okay.
And one. Is and one a call? Clear it up for me.
No, that's not a call. Foul's a call. Ball's a call. And one is just you just screaming and one as if to say that you was fouled at the same time of scoring the basket. I'm not screaming and one to get a call. I'm calling ball, foul, mines, something. But and one is just basically like a finish. Like, and one. Like you fouled me and I ain't even calling it. Like you soft, you weak. Give me these. Like, I'm doing all that. That's and
too small.
Yeah.
Like,
and one is not a call. It's official. And one is not a call. And one is a call if you're an old head that you ain't gonna be able to get up for the next 2 minutes after you get fouled, you gonna scream and one.
The greater good. Sometimes because
I
see the way.
That's no, because that call is made in a senior citizen's home. That is not called in today's urban society. That is called at the senior citizen's home where they have fence and people come in and give them medicines. So that we're not doing that. Nursing home, however you want to call it. That's where that happens at. You're not calling and one on a regular basketball court. Oldhead was mine said Oldhead was calling and one on Case. Well, all 6 of those buckets. So in no actuality, K, you gave out 12 buckets.
I mean, listen, man.
You gave out 12. Hold on. You know what? We didn't ask. What did your teammates say?
They said,
good defense.
No, they said, K, why aren't you stopping him down there? I was like, I am stopping him. I'm like, it's just like, but I'm not going to foul him. I'm not going to foul him like while he has the ball. I'm not going to like tackle him and stuff like that.
You're not going to foul him while he has the ball.
So
when you going to foul him? When he don't have the basketball?
Well, there was one time when he was. Well, there was one time when he was rolling so good. I think he was at .4.
You was amazed.
No,
you was at Wells Fargo
because he's tall, right? Because
you was at Wells Fargo at the time.
I thought he was gonna.
You was at the front row. You was sitting on the floor.
I thought he was gonna dunk one of them. I was going now if he would have dunked it, I'd have been like, cool.
Oh, so you passed him the basketball.
Passed the basketball. It was like I was defending him. He was on the block. He was on the block.
So that means he backing you down.
No, he didn't back me down because he was already.
Oh, he faced up on you. So this 70-year-old man faced up on you and hit you with the Geechee.
Black Psychologist Podcast says, K told me he gave up 6 buckets in the game with the 9 and they lost. Yeah, they lost. But we played a good game though.
Yo, we played a good game. No, they probably played a good game. You didn't play a good game. You gave up 6 buckets, K. And you know what? I fought them as well because they let you stick them.
You know what? Because here's the thing. I didn't want anybody else. Because I didn't want anybody else defending them because they were trying to run them over and stuff like that. Like, no, don't do that. Don't do that.
You ain't want nobody else to defend them because they would have ran him over, stopped him.
No, ran him over. Like
ran him over or stopped him from scoring.
I don't want that. I don't want to see any type of accident. Black Psychologist Podcast says K was a 6-man on their squad. Oh, okay.
Listen,
I'm giving points away.
I'm wondering, hey Kyle, did he have a penny on too? A reversible? Like this boy out of control with this one, man.
No,
I can't do this.
Listen, because there was this one time where
this is part 1. We're gonna have a part 2 because this is one time at band camp. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit.
What?
Yo, I'm not trying to hear none of this stuff. I'm not trying to hear none of that, yo. Because you out of pocket for this one, bro.
We gotta wrap it up, then.
We gotta wrap it up because this boy crazy. Yo, Oldhead went back to nursing home talking shit. Exactly, Mike. It's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did, y'all. But anybody need a nice guy on a basketball court that want to give up buckets on a consecutive basis and laugh about it at the end of the game? K's your man. He is here for you, no matter what. We're gonna do an infomercial for you, okay? We're gonna make an infomercial for you because this is some bullshit.
Listen.
This is some duty boo. This is some real duty boo, bro. But yo, man, it was a great conversation. This is part 1 because we're gonna have a part 2 to this because we definitely gonna have a part 2 to this. We're gonna lock and load for try to do something for Friday. If not earlier during the week. It depends on the schedule and we got lives, everybody got lives and stuff to do. But listen, like, subscribe to the podcast live stream on YouTube and Facebook. In the basement with Next Step and Cake. Also, blast it out to your friends and family. Yo, we need more support. You know what I'm saying? I'm not begging, not at all. Far from it, because I take what it is. But for those of you who've been with us since the very beginning, Mike Lee, aka R2D2, Rocket, Lau, Black Psychologist Kyle, we had Javel called in. Appreciate the phone call, bro. Even though you was on some BS. But appreciate the phone call. When you go at K, it's good. When you go at me, we have another problem. But appreciate the phone call, man. But send it out. You know what I mean? When y'all Facebook pages or whatever the case may be, man, we appreciate it if y'all, blast it out as well, so that we get more people and get more interaction, so it ain't the same people over and over again. But I want to say thanks to everybody for tuning in. Those who will watch it later, come and enjoy it. You're in the basement with Next Step. You're in the basement with Next Step. Go ahead, shoot your shot, bro.
Man, listen.
Shout
out to everybody out there. I'm a nice guy on the court, but I'm a defensive dynamo first and foremost. But I definitely want to thank my family. Thank Dad for getting on the podcast. Thank Kyle
Pops. Thanks, Pops, for rectifying. You should have slapped him, Pop. Let Pop. He need to hear this end of it. Put it on YouTube. And this is the part. You be like, Pop. This is the part where. Next, Larry said you should have slapped him right out the chair. Cause that would have been a monumental moment. I just seen your hat fly, your feet went up in the air, and all that stuff. But go ahead, finish your shout outs. But a big shout out to Pop for letting it be known. Kyle, Pop ain't no sucker. Pop ain't playing that, Kyle.
So anyway, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the guys at the Run. I'll be back playing, and I'll be better next week. I promise you. Shout out to Trinity up there at Penn State, AKA's up there in effect. Delta Gamma chapter stand up. Shout out to LaShawn and Z, Delta Sigma Theta up there at Cheney. Other than that, it's just thanks to all the listeners and everything. Go ahead.
It's definitely been great. But once again, big shout out to my niece Aaliyah Sneed on her commitment to St. Joe's University. I look forward to hearing about more of these young people, our young kids committing to different schools, so that we can shout y'all out. So if y'all got them, send them to us. All right. Y'all in the basement with Next Step and who?
And K.
He caught the fast break, but he scored for the other team. This boy crazy. We out of here. Thanks for showing up. Until next time, peace.